in the death throes of me leaving tattooing, I started shacked up with another local tattoo company there for a second, and I went to a convention with them, and they were kind of pissed because I did more money with prints and artwork than they did the one guy did in tattoos. So they were kind of like you know, kind of pissed off about that. But that's the thing. I was making so much money with these prints, it was stupid. Because here the thing is the print cost locally for these A3 prints was like 83 cents or $1 or something.
Yeah.
And
but it's not, like, in the end, it's not like the paper that's the value. It's actually what's on the paper, because anybody can fucking do a poster of anything, right?
Yeah.
But if it's not what's on there is you know, interest to anybody, it's just a piece of paper.
Right. And I wasn't using archival quality or anything like that. It wasn't anything special. It was just me getting cheap but good colored prints and selling them for a decent price. You know, $10 was a going rate for prints here at the time. So yeah, they were like, every kid that walked by wanted them. It was pretty cool. So when you hit on a trend like that, it's just exciting. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, and you want to be able to you know, grab interest anyway, because that means that's like you are you know, you're creating something that's of value to people, and not just to one or two, a lot, like, you know, the masses, as they say, right? And that's where your art transcends just you know, your family and friends sort of thing.
Well, it's fun when it's just super fun when you see somebody walk by or whatever and they get excited and they're just like, oh, whoa, what, you know, you know, that excitement and that buzz and the elation they get is just it's kind of addicting to an extent where you're like, man, I wish I could hit that style of trend again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're trying to capture an audience that, like, you know, has moved on sometimes.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what social media really is. It's like an ever-moving friggin' you know, social structure, because, you know, what was cool yesterday is not cool today. And I think a lot of people, you know, especially in comics, don't understand that, like, comics will be here forever. Doesn't matter how, you know, whatever happens in the industry, it'll be here forever because of its, you know, it's an art form that is easy accessible, you know, and it's got, you know, manga is the same. It'll be here forever. You know, it doesn't matter if it goes digital or not full, right? It'll still be here because it's just an art form of telling story, which, to be honest, is the oldest thing in the world, right? When it comes to, like, you know, you know, what, in the sense of, like, after red water housing, sitting around a fire and telling stories, you know, that's how we share oral, you know, our oral histories and stuff like that. So, you know, comics kind of takes that into the next step of creating fantasy and putting it on paper.
Well, and I think that's why, like, that X-Men is all the talk right now.
Yeah.
Everybody that watched it when they were 13 they're watching it again, and they're recapturing that moment in time, that innocence in their brain where they were just like totally entertained, you know. Yeah.
And, you know, and there'll be people who'll become new fans of the X-Men because of it. They'll want to know those, you know, Genosha, and they want to know the, you know, the characters and stuff like Bonebreaker and all those, because all they've seen before of it in their lifetime, right? Because there are people that are just like 5 years old right now, you know, who've never seen X-Men movie or haven't heard of the character apart from what they've seen their kid friends or, you know, or their mates talk about or something. But this is, you know, it's recreating for them what the 90s were like, you know, when before all the world went to mush, you know, with politics and all that shit. And but hopefully, you know, I mean, I haven't watched it. I don't tend to. I'm not even thinking about watching it. I've moved on from, you know, from the mainstream in that sense. But I think, you know, anybody coming into it now should be welcomed, you know, and you know, into watching the new series and becoming fans of it should be welcomed, because you know that's how fandom grows. The only thing you got to think is like, don't try to come in and change it, you know, because the reason 97 worked was because it was 97, and everybody were free, you know, free to, you know, speak their mind, enjoy fandoms, and just hang out and have fun. And I think
so. You don't intend to watch the new one? Is that what you just said? Really?
Yeah. No, I'm just, you know, I posted the other day about it because everybody's like so excited. It's like, no, I mean, give it another year when the season's over. Next thing will be on. People will move on. That's how quickly everything happens now.
Oh yeah. I mean, they will find something else to latch on, but
yeah,
I do recommend it, man. It's a good one. I'm fully excited about it. It's gonna actually make me want to rewatch the old ones.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the old ones. I'm keen to watch that again rather than watch the new one. Right, I'd rather watch the old ones first. Then I would, you know, because that before I even watch the new one, if I do.
Yeah.
But I you know, I've been like that with many things. Like, if you know, I like the way it was, and I don't want anything to change, and have it the way it is in my memory. You know, and because no matter, you know, give or take about 2, 3, 4 episodes down the road, it'll go back to the modern audience thing, because that's the way everything happens now. It changes. So I'm just gonna wait for it to be all over and then go watch it. Like, did you ever watch Overlord, the manga? I mean, the anime. Sorry.
No, I don't think so.
I never watched it, and then suddenly I watched it, and I was like, it's the best, one of my favorite things. You know, I didn't even know what Overlord was, right? And then, like, soon, season 5 or season 4, what is it, 3? I can't remember. It's arc 5 of ReZero is coming soon. I'm very excited about that, man. You know, so that's what I mean by moving on. I'm into anime, so you know, I watch DC or DC because I love DC animated movies. I'll watch that, right, and I'll watch those movies like that. Isekai, you know. Suicide Squad, yeah, I'll watch that. But I'm just into my anime now.